why budgeting is a scam and what you should do instead. Welcome, young professionals, hustlers, and caffeine-powered warriors of the modern workforce. Let's talk money, specifically budgeting. Now, before you roll your eyes and start itching to click away, hold on. What if I told you that budgeting, as you've been taught, is kind of a scam? Yep, those endless spreadsheets, envelope systems, and plans to cut down on every single joy in life might not be making you as financially savvy as you think. By the end of this video, you'll have a totally different perspective on money management, and ideally, a much better plan that doesn't leave you crying over skipped avocado toast. Oh, and if this hits too close to home, hit that subscribe button, smash like, and drop a comment at the end to share your funniest budgeting fail. Let's dive in. Let's be real. Doesn't budgeting sound about as fun as doing your taxes or meal prepping bland chicken breast for the week? The second someone says financial responsibility, your brain starts playing elevator music and you want to zone out. Why? Because their advice usually sounds something like this. Stop buying coffee, it's ruining your life. Cancel everything fun and you might save $20 next month. Live on rice and beans until you can afford to retire at 97. Excuse me? I don't know about you, but I already work hard enough, so if I want an oat milk latte, I'm buying an oat milk latte. This kind of advice makes budgeting feel like a punishment, which is where things start to go off the rails. If budgeting seems like a prison, most of us respond by going rogue with our finances. Admit it. You've looked at your checking account after a paycheck hit and immediately thought, oh yeah, I feel rich. Then an Amazon package you don't remember ordering arrives at your door 2 days later, and you're surviving off instant noodles by the 20th of the month. Subscriptions, takeout, random splurges on Etsy, you name it, are where the money goes. And before you know it, your grocery budget is now a distant memory because Uber Eats just sounded so much better. Sound like you? Trust me, you're not alone. Here's the thing, we're never told. Most people aren't bad with money because they lack discipline. Budgeting doesn't fail because you're weak or irresponsible. It fails because the system is outdated. The rules were created for static, predictable incomes, not side hustle-loving millennials and Gen Zers juggling variable paychecks and lifestyle inflation. It's like trying to use a floppy disk in an iPhone. It doesn't work because it's from a completely different era. Let's address the elephant, or should I say coffee cup in the room, the latte lie. You've heard this one, right? If you stopped buying that $5 coffee every day, you'd be rich. Listen, unless Starbucks is charging $1,000 for a caramel macchiato, no one is going broke because of coffee. People aren't struggling because they treat themselves to small joys. It's the bigger picture that matters. Cutting lattes won't get you a house in this economy, so can we please stop villainizing caffeine? Some of us need it just to deal with the idea of budgeting. Here's where things get messy. Budgeting feels rigged. You spend hours trying to predict your monthly expenses down to the cent, only for life to come at you sideways. Your car breaks down, or your best friend suddenly announces a destination wedding in Bali, and boom, your budget is toast. Traditional budgets don't account for the unpredictability of modern life, especially when you want to enjoy it. They focus more on guilt and sacrifice than helping you balance financial goals with happiness. Where's the fun in that? Okay, now that I've totally trashed budgeting, you're probably wondering, what am I supposed to do instead? Don't worry, I've got you. It's time to throw out rigid spreadsheets and embrace smarter, guilt-free money habits. Think of this as budgeting 2.0, but without making you suffer. First, let's talk about automation. Automation isn't just for coffee machines and Netflix autoplay. It's your financial BFF. Pay yourself first. Set up auto transfers into savings, bills, and even a splurge fund before you start spending. This way, you're saving and adulting without even thinking about it. Trust me, automation will make you feel like you're crushing life, even if you're still buying ridiculous $40 novelty candles for the vibes. Next up, guilt-free spending buckets. No, this isn't some sophisticated banking term. It's just a way to separate your money into fun categories without stressing over every dollar. Imagine having a treat yourself fund, a Netflix and chill fund, or even an emergency burrito fund. This system ensures your necessities are covered while giving you the freedom to still enjoy your life. The key is proportion, not deprivation. Speaking of fun, let's flip the budgeting script. Instead of starting with bills and savings, ask this: what would actually make me happy this month? A trip? A fancy dinner? Tickets to see Taylor Swift's Eras Tour? Prioritize the things that bring you joy, budget for them first, and work backward. You'll be way more motivated to stick to financial goals when they're tied to stuff you actually care about. Here's a money secret nobody tells you. You don't need to micromanage every single latte and lunch break. Instead, allocate money into a few big categories: needs, goals, and fun, and call it a day. Less stress, more control. Spending $50 on snacks for your movie night? No problem, it's in your fun category. Problem solved. Now, here's where people mess up. Financial systems aren't one size fits all, and life happens. Your plan should be flexible. Don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work perfectly right away. Test it, adjust, and keep going. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Embrace the little wins. Okay, quick comedic break. Let's talk about things we'd rather budget than money. Emotional energy for work drama. Calories, but only during the week. Weekends don't count. Time spent texting your toxic ex back. And my favorite, patience for family group chats. Feel free to drop your own things I'd rather budget in the comments. Now let's address the Amazon box addiction. Want to stop impulse buys without turning into Scrooge? Try the 24-hour rule. If you see something shiny and want it, wait a day before buying. 9 times out of 10, you'll forget about it or end up using that money for something you actually love. Then you feel wise and rich. Here's a pro tip. Your financial doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Instagram may scream luxury vacations, but you don't know if that influencer is actually drowning in credit card debt while sipping pina coladas. Focus on your journey. The comparisons can wait. Quick reality check. Nobody's perfect. You might still overspend on Amazon, fall behind on savings, or go buck wild during a bottomless brunch. And that's okay. The point is to consistently improve, not stress over every setback. Celebrate your little wins, like saving for a weekend trip or only ordering 1 Uber Eats delivery this week instead of 5. Small steps lead to big changes over time. Let's quickly sum this up. Budgeting isn't about deprivation. It's about creating a system that actually works for you. Automate where you can, embrace guilt-free spending buckets, and focus on joy, not sacrifice. You're not failing at finances, you're just stuck using outdated tools. Time to upgrade your money game, my friends. Now I need your help. What's the funniest or weirdest thing you've ever blown your budget on? Drop it in the comments. Honestly, reading your stories might just make my entire day. If this video made you laugh, rethink your budget, or nod along bitterly in agreement, go ahead and show some love. Send this to at least one friend who you know needs to ditch budgeting spreadsheets, or anyone who boycotts lattes. And subscribe, because we've got more chaos and financial wisdom coming your way soon. Before I go, let me leave you with one thought. If budgeting feels like a scam, just remember, we've all been there. If you've ever accidentally budgeted $0 for groceries but $200 for fast food, you're in good company. And stay tuned for next week's video, where we'll tackle how to fight inflation without selling a kidney. Thank you for watching, and see you in the comments.